Hello and welcome to ABC News Sunday. I'm Tamara O'Dine. His name is synonymous with the Melbourne Cup, and for good reason. Bart Cummings trained a remarkable 12 Cup winners in a career that spanned 5 decades. In 1965, Light Fingers was his first win. Think Big scored twice. There were more winners through the 70s and 90s. The last came in 2008 with Viewed. His success continued away from Flemington with 5 Cox Plates, 7 Caulfield Cups and 4 Golden Slippers, cementing him as one of the sport's giants. Philippa McDonald looks back on the life of the Cup's king, who died at home early this morning. He was 87.
Flags at half-mast and a minute's silence at a modest regional racetrack. It's a far cry from Flemington as jockey Glenn Schofield rides a 5-year-old called Midas, jointly trained by Bart Cummings and his grandson James.
Midas might have just got up, I reckon. Bart's lifted it over the line, ladies.
A fitting final win for the man with the Midas touch.
To win it on the day of Bart's passing in his famous colours adds a bit of special flavour to the race.
Back in 1950, Bart Cummings' father, Jim, saddled up Comic Court to win the Melbourne Cup. 22-year-old Bart was the strapper, the win kindling his thirst for success.
The 25-1 shot is led into a great ovation.
I think he won by 2 lengths, and I thought that was terrific. So I thought I'd like to do it myself one day, but didn't expect to do it so often.
His winning run started in 1965 with the champion mare Light Fingers.
Because all naturally winning the first was something you just dream about winning it, and I thought, well, here, I've done it.
Passage on the rail, and on the outside, the South Australian...
Bart and the Melbourne Cup, they literally go together. You can't have one without the other.
There are many theories as to why Bart Cummings achieved what he did, and they all acknowledge his affinity with the thoroughbred.
He was a very patient man, and he was very meticulous in the way he approached the preparation to get a Melbourne Cup winner.
I think Bart's success was the fact that he understood the horse.
There was a rare occasion when he fell foul of the stewards and was suspended.
Well, it doesn't help business at all.
And there were some heavy financial losses in the 1980s when a multi-million-dollar syndication scheme came unstuck.
I put too much trust in human nature. My friends are the horses.
There's no shortage of tributes for the man synonymous with the sport of kings.
He was a great man. He taught me a lot. He taught so many people a lot, and I think that's a legacy he's going to leave on a lot of people.
Darren Beedman rode 2 Cup winners for Cummings before telling the trainer he believed God was calling him to a religious ministry.
He said, have you ever thought about getting a second opinion on it?
Come Cup time, he was always in demand for interviews.
So what does it take to win the Cup?
A decent horse that can go 2 miles.
Today his family mourned a husband, father, grandfather and great-grandfather. They said his final moments were spent with his family and wife of 61 years, Val May, with whom he celebrated their anniversary on Friday. For Bart, aged 87, this was a fitting end. A master trainer, a larger-than-life figure. They said, we will miss him.